Today I want to teach you how to make O, the letter O, in a very specific context. This is the context of doing serif lettering, serif compositions. So the difference between serif and sans serif, usually in the traditional way, is that serif not only will have little terminals at the end of each part of the letter, but also that there will be a difference, a variation in the width according to the part of the letter you're drawing. So for example, the letter O, on the left side and on the right side, you will have a weight of the line which will be bigger than at the top and at the bottom. And the reason why I want to teach you how to make this letter in this specific context is that because I usually find a big mistake when I look at compositions, usually from beginners, is that they try to make a perfect circle. They are trying to make it fit within a perfect circle. And there are two things to know about this. The first thing is, it's not necessarily a mistake. It's not necessarily a mistake because if you got the chops, you can make basically whatever you want and you can make it work. So this is not necessarily a mistake. You can make it work. I'm not saying that you cannot make it work, but if you are if you're here to learn and if you want to know how to draw things better, I strongly advise you to follow this little trick I'm about to teach you. So in this trick I'm going to teach you, we are going to do a perfect circle as a base. And I'm going to show you where the mistake usually happens, why it happens, and how to fix it. Okay? So I'm going to start to draw a perfect circle freehand. I'm going to use those two guidelines I have here and make my perfect circle fit. So I go very loose and freehand. And if you have trouble doing perfect circles or straight lines freehand, don't hesitate to use a ruler or a compass or anything that might help you. And I know for some of you, I know for a fact that some of you think this is cheating, that using such tools is cheating, and that there is some kind of a reward in knowing how to do freehand circles. Let me tell you one thing. You can use whatever tools you want to help you. Tools are just tools. They're here to help you. So you can use a ruler, you can use a compass, you can use Photoshop, you can use whatever the hell you want. Those are not magic art makers, okay? There is no button in Photoshop that says, make beautiful art composition, okay? This is a tool. This is not the artist. So you can use whatever the hell you want, whatever the hell helps you. This is smart. This is not cheating. This is smart. So back to our owl. Here we have kind of a perfect circle. And I'm going to reproduce the mistake that people usually make. Usually what people do is that they will beef up the lines, but inside of the shape. Okay, so I'm going to show you. I'm going to take my T-square. I'm going to just set little marks. So we're going to make it 1/2 of a centimeter. 5 millimeters here. 5 millimeters out, okay? And so I'm going to use it like this to beef up my lettering. So I'm doing like this. Basically, I'm reproducing the line, but inside. So I'm using the backbone here. I'm using it as the main structure, and I'm making everything happen inside of the shape, not outside, so that the perfect O, the perfect circle, remains a perfect circle, that my O remains a perfect circle. because usually what happens in your mind is that you think, okay, an O is a perfect circle, so I should make it stay a perfect circle. Okay, so we got the base, and we're going to fill it so we can see how it acts, how it looks like. So always fill, well, not always, but when you want to have a final composition that is filled, fill your space. It will give you a true feeling of what it looks like and how it acts with the negative space. Until you've done that, you don't know. So fill the area, fill the space that needs to be filled, and you will have a pretty good impression of how it looks. Okay. So this might look good to you. You might think, oh, this looks actually nice. Well, it may look this way, but in fact, if you look at it, really, it doesn't look much like a perfect circle. It looks much narrower, and the reason why is because of this whole closed space, this negative space here, that looks a lot like an egg, and it makes the whole thing look a lot narrower. And if you were to have a full compositions with all letters around it, it would not look that great. Because it's not really a perfect circle, and it looks too narrow. So I'm going to show you this little trick that I use when I'm doing serif capital compositions, okay? So we're going to go back and draw the exact same perfect circle, okay? So, same thing, freehand. Okay. I'm doing a freehand circle, trying to make it the same circle. Again, you will save time if you do it with a compass. Okay, let's say this is the same, okay? Okay, this is my other circle, and this time I'm going to make it not a outer spine, but really I'm going to put the meat all around the spine. So I'm going to go here, and we did like 0.5, I think, half of a centimeter. So I'm going to do the same, but all around the spine. So I'm going to put a little spot here, another spot here, and here I'm going to do here and here. Okay, so I have my spine here, spot here, spot here, spine, spot, spot. And I'm doing the same, but I'm doing to make a line inside and one outside. Okay, so let's begin. I'm going to make my line inside, follow the thing. Okay, do the same on the other side. Okay. Going to the top. The other side as well. So we're doing the exact same work, but this time this is a bit narrower because this is only 0.25. Doing the same on the other side now. 0.25. Sum total 0.5, like on the other side. This, I might slightly overshoot the line. As I told you, if you want to understand what it is exactly, click the link, one of the links in the description or in the article if you're on my blog. So overshooting, I'm going a little over the line like this. Okay. This is a quick draft, so I'm not going to make it perfect. Just want to show you how it works better if you use this method. Okay. So filling the space. Like this. This. I might fix it a little with my eraser tool. My precision eraser tool, so it looks perfectly smooth. Okay. Okay. Going to fix it a little. Where's the eraser? Like this. Okay, I'm not going to make it too fancy, but let's just even it out. I'm going to show you the differences between the two. Okay, so how you can see here, there is a massive difference. The massive difference is that this one looks much larger than this one, and this is because it has only 0.25 millimeters more on each side, so it's 0.5 sum total, but somehow it looks a bit more, and the reason why is that this part here, the negative space, is much wider, and it looks much more, this part here looks much more like a perfect circle than this one, which looks like an egg shape. And this makes this O much better to look at, and it will look a lot better in a composition, because here, this shape here is not all narrowed, and this overall looks much more like a circle, a perfect circle, and it's a bit larger than a circle, but this part here gives you the illusion, this part, the white part here, it's called negative space, this closed negative space, it makes you think, it tricks your eyes into thinking that this O is much more a circle than this O, which is actually a circle. So this was my little trick for drawing beautiful O's in a serif composition. Try it for yourself. Tell me if you think that it changes your life, or tell me if you think that it's crap, and it's totally okay. You can totally shoot me an email and tell me what your experience is. I really look forward to this. So thank you for following this tutorial, and see you next time.